So what is the motivation for a 60-month lease?
He had one in the past, and yeah.
Colin, that number looks good on the Tesla.
So he's 25,000.
How much did he think? 18?
Yeah.
Based on what?
Carvana.
Carvana appraised that car for 31 grand.
$31,000.
Did you run it through Carvana?
I did. It's showing at 28. So I texted someone, did you have that offer 3 weeks ago? I'm like, well, I
Should have taken it. The Tesla market is falling very quickly with all the fallout.
political stuff.
Yeah. All right, so he's in California. Did you have him in Roadster? I want to confirm the tax
I did have
rate.
him in Roadster. We're trying to be around the 2,800. That's the idea with the 60-month term.
Okay.
Okay.
How many miles a year?
7,500.
And does he have a trade?
Nope.
A 28% residual.
That's really good. That's really good, Doug.
I mean, wow. Wow. So just keep in mind, one of the things that happens when you go to 60 months is that you lose the special money factor. So not that the special money factor was ultra low, but it is going to be higher. And how much money at signing?
Are you going to do just a grid so you can compare all the options?
Okay.
Let's just start at 5. The recall is cleared.
All right, 54 months is gonna. I'm gonna put 51, 54, and 60. Yeah, 61 months doesn't make sense. 51 is, or 60 doesn't make sense. 51 is the way to go because 51 is the longest lease we can do with the incentivized money factor, and so that actually ends up being a little bit lower than 60 months.
So where are we at?
Well, 5K, we're at 31.51.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Tough.
What's on your bow tie?
Horseshoes.
Those aren't horseshoes. Those are more like little what's that instrument that little cupids play? Harpsicles or
A harp?
No.
You're seeing a harp here.
What does Cupid play? What's that
Yeah,
little...
it's a smaller harp.
Yeah, like a handheld harp. I don't know.
A
Look it up.
handheld harp. Yeah, that's definitely not the name of it. I think it's a harpsicle.
A harpalele.
A harpsicle?
Harpsicle. Look it up.
I don't think that's it.
I think that's it.
I've never heard of it before.
Well, that's. You might notice there's no strings in
Yeah,
there.
but there's also no horses, so it's kind of like mini harp.
Doug.
You know, the funny thing about horseshoes is that they don't have to be on a horse to
No.
still be a horseshoe.
Yeah, no, they don't.
But harpsicles or whatever it is you're describing need strings
Google
to be
it?
an instrument.
It's
No,
it's called a handheld mini harp.
it is not.
Oh!
No, it's
is
not.
not.
It's not. It's not.
Jared, will you go do something productive?
I am. See, that's.
Can we arrange shipping if he works back? She's calling her husband right now to get the insurance updated.
Okay, well, we need that. And do you have a shipping addendum?
Oh boy.
Do they have it?
Yep.
Yes, I emailed it to him.
Okay, can you forward me
Yep.
the reply that he
Yep.
confirmed it?
Go grab it. What else? That's it. She was like,
Do
"Should
they have
I
their
take the other
dealer
car
DMV
off
sheet?
their insurance?"
What?
I said no. The other car's still on the insurance
Okay.
because she's still got to drive it until the car gets there. So I'll be right back.
I did an appraisal on it, but
17 payments left in an Audi lease?
So he sent me his residual. His residual is 40,287. I told him that I'd have to also add in the 17 remaining payments. So I just told him,
Well, we're gonna have to call and get a payoff from our Audi store
okay,
because most leasing companies will have a prepayment penalty built in there as well. It's not just taking your residual and adding 17 payments.
okay. So so the way I structured this out was I just multiplied his remaining payments by $975, which is his monthly payment, and I told him to just take it back. Is that okay to just take it back to an Audi store if we cut him a check back for the money that we built into the deal?
I mean, we could do it that way,
Okay.
but that sounds like a very expensive way to do it.
You think?
Okay. What's he looking to get into?
He's driven a GLB 35 before, and he likes it. He saw one online that he likes as well. Basically, just trying to get out of.
Why does he, just out of curiosity, why does he want to go from an Audi SQ5 to a GLB 35?
He's driven it, likes it, just genuinely hates the Audi. He's like, I want.
What does he
Audi.
hate about it though?
I have my notes in there. It's like he hates the way it drives. He hates all the safety features that they don't let him turn off. And he lives in Florida. Traffic's always bad. It won't let him, move out of lanes when he needs to. Apparently, you can't turn those things off. He's like, and then nothing works how it's supposed to. The sound system isn't good for him. So there's a few things that he just genuinely hates about the car.
Okay. I'm actually surprised this payment's not more hurtful than it is.
Yeah, he was pretty
$1,100
surprised by it too. Yeah.
Rolling 16 grand.
Yeah. I built in $1,500 worth of shipping too to get it down there.
So would his plan then be to turn the Audi in locally?
Yeah, that's what that's kind of what he and I both talked about, but if you want me to tell him to put it back here.
Well, so the other issue, and I'm not saying that this will prevent the deal from happening, but something to consider is that to do the deal this way, we're not actually taking the Audi on trade.
Right.
Which means that we would need Mercedes-Benz to approve this deal, understanding that he already has another open auto, which might not be the end of the world, but depending on his, situation, credit profile, debt to income, all of that fun stuff, they may or may not be okay with that. Because I don't know what you said. He's paying $975 now, and then adding another $1,100 payment.
Right.
They may or may not be okay with that. Not everybody can just have 2 car payments at the same time.
Yeah. Okay.
So if he's comfortable with these numbers,
The numbers are fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then we can at least take a stab at it.
Okay.
So.
And the way that's structured's fine, or is there another way you want me to?
No,
do
this
that?
is how you would do it.
Okay.
So really, what this means is that So we'll do it this way, and to avoid complicating it, where we would be getting him a check for $16,065, which is his remaining payments.
Yeah.
And he's giving us $2,500. We'll just cancel that out.
Okay.
Okay? Because otherwise, he's giving us money, then we're giving him back money. So instead of that, it would just be, we'll make it a sign and drive, so 0 down at signing,
Okay.
and then the amount going back to him, we will lessen by $2,500.
Okay.
Right? So instead, we'll give him a check for $14,565.
Okay.
That just keeps it cleaner and easier.
Yep, makes sense.
All right, so do we have an application from him yet?
Yes, he did just fill that out. I have his driver's license. I just didn't put everything together yet because I wanted to make sure that was right first. But if you could print the app for me, that'd be
Yep,
great.
if he has credit concerns, they might come back and say the only way they're gonna do this is if the Audi is traded in.
And then that makes the payment way worse. And then, okay, so,
Well, then we would have to switch, we'd have to get an actual payoff from Audi, which my assumption would be that it's gonna, I don't know what, if you put it in AccuTrade and got a number on it.
yeah, it was like 43 something.
Okay. So it may end up shaking out to be a similar negative equity situation. In fact, before we go down this road,
Okay.
let's get a payoff from our Audi store.
Okay.
Because if the math works out to be about the same,
Okay.
it'll just be better for us to submit it with it listed as a trade instead of keeping it separate as a lease return.
Okay, so it's a 2023 Audi SQ5. It's in AccuTrade.
So
But I
here's
didn't
that.
put in tires, and he did specify that he does need 4 new tires. I just didn't even go further in there once
Yeah. I'm not super worried about the appraisal itself at the moment. I'm more
Okay.
worried about, let's just get Audi to tell us what the payoff is, and then I'll be able to eyeball it real quick and know
Okay.
what's going to be the lesser of 2 evils on this SQ5 Lease. And it has how many miles? 22,352.
Yep. Sounds right.
All right, I'm going to copy you to this, so just keep an eye out for it
Okay.
in case I miss it.
All right, sounds
And-
good. I'll put the rest of this together.
Yeah. The important thing to keep in mind here is that when somebody has credit that's like a little bit borderline, we really get one shot at this.
Gotcha.
Okay, so it's not like hey, let's submit it this way and then see what happens. No. Once we submit it and the computer takes a look at it, it's going to categorize it. And then at that point, even if we try to kind of reconfigure it, it's already sort of made a decision
And then it doesn't.
based on what it initially saw.
Okay.
And if it really didn't like it, they're kind of like our deal earlier.
Yeah.
If we had submitted that with a big down payment,
Probably.
the computer might have looked at it differently
Yeah.
than it did with 0 down payment. But because it really didn't like it with 0 down payment and flat rejected it, now we literally have nowhere to go.
Gotcha.
Because a flat rejection by the computer means that even a human being can't go in there and override it.
Oh, okay.
Where if a
That's
computer,
what happened to me last month with my clients.
exactly, that's why it's super, super, super important when somebody's telling you that, hey, I've got some credit issues,
Yeah.
you've got to figure out
What's
what
the
is like
matching
the
down
absolute
line?
best scenario that we can come up with here, because we only get one shot at it. We can't go back and be like, hey, never mind, ignore that one, like we're gonna start over again. No, the computer's already said, no.
That's what my
Okay.
client did last month on the GLC. I can't remember her last name. They wanted to do 0 down, and her husband texted me like days later, like, you know what, we'll pull 5 from somewhere, can we put 5 down? And I was like, it's too, we can't resubmit, it's already been done.
Yeah,
They already made
exactly.
a decision.
Okay.
And again, that's never to say that that would have been the difference between an approval or not an approval, but you'd be surprised. I mean, it could have been, right?
Yeah.
It could have been.
100%.
All right. For sure.
Yeah. And
They're
just,
just waiting for their insurance, that's all he's waiting on. Their agent hasn't contacted them
okay.
to get the car added, so I don't wanna ship it yet, like.
Yeah, we
the
need,
car be
well, we have to have
covered, yeah.
insurance on it.
So,
And just moving forward with these shipping addendums,
yeah,
they don't have to print it out and sign it, because I know that that's a
Yeah.
whole big to-do for some people.
yeah,
I just need them, you send it and just say, if you don't want to print it and sign it,
Yep.
just please respond to the email acknowledging that
Yep.
you've read it and understand it.
Yep.
That, because what,
and he said, he actually called me, and I was like, I thought I signed it, but maybe I didn't. I said, well, 42 gun, just, you know, if you can just have your computer sign it, it's fine. I said, you guys have done business before, and you know how our shippers work. He's like, yeah, we don't even need to go through it, we just know she just wants to get her car, so.
I know, it's,
But-
even if people have worked with us before, it's just, all it takes is that one delay in the
Yep.
transportation company for them to
No.
just lose their minds at us.
No, and it's done.
But the reason that I just want you all, it to be coming from you, is that what we've been doing historically is that finance has been sending this as part of the full paperwork packet.
Yep.
And I know what's happening is that people are just like, they're like, oh, should we, okay, yeah. And then they just sign it, they don't actually ever read it. And nobody really even spoke to them about it, it was just sort of in there.
Yep.
And then when an issue comes up and you're talking to them,
Yeah.
it's like, this is, never happened, right?
You're right, I got you.
Besides, it's not, finance doesn't have, if there's a delay in shipping, are they gonna call finance or are they gonna call you?
Call me, for sure. No, they're totally fine, they're super cool.
Yeah. All right, good deal.
You go back to deal, and show me 10 grand down. The car that was in Cincinnati.
Oh, no, we actually ended up working this one in Roadster.
I did a different deal on Roadster with a silver car. I need the black car to locate, but I was working a Roadster. Oh, did that not save? Okay. So that's the Cincinnati car then.
Yeah.
He wants to do a finance with 10 grand down.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, hey, can you give him a call, please? He just wants, tell him about the cars that have special financing. He wants something that has special rates, so C-Class.
He's never serviced the car. It's got a check engine light. He's never changed the oil at 30,000
Okay,
miles.
whatever, just call him. Is it 10,000 down?
Yeah. Show me the 60 and
Yep, I got you.
show me 72 as well.
Why?
Because he wants to be under 1,500 a month.
Okay, well, that's gonna be a lot more money. The rate's gonna be a lot higher. Yeah, the special rates only go up to 60 minutes, so I don't know that it's worth,
I don't think it is either.
but again, to each their own. Wait a minute, hold up, it kicked out the incentive.
It just shows the dealer discount.
And, yeah. So let's get that back in there. All right, come on, let's get it. All right, so what do you know about this Audi?
Definitely needs 4 tires. He says that, the conditions by no dings, damages, or anything like that. I put in for some just in case. Needs 4 tires for sure.
Okay, so, and nothing else? He's got 2 keys?
Yeah.
And this equipment that you have in here is accurate?
Mhm.
This thing's loaded up?
Mm-hmm.
Black optic package, 21 ends?
Yeah.
Diamond stitch?
Yeah, it's a really nice car. Really nice trade.
All right.
Thanks.
So based on my math here, we're about the same negative on trade as we would be
Okay.
to do a lease return. So I think for the purposes of being able to show it in the deal,
Okay.
this is the much smarter thing to do. So take this AccuTrade sheet,
Okay.
go back and plug it in with the trade number and the payoff that we got.
Unless you changed something on there, I saved it with the new numbers and then added. I put in like $2,000 for shipping on there for both cars.
Real quick, should I respond with in the comment section or DM?
Say DM me or email me and I'll get you those numbers.
Why not put it in comments?
Do whatever you want. I don't know why you're asking me if you already knew what you wanted to do.
Because I wanted to see what you thought, and I'm thinking, why not? Why do you do that? Why do you do that to me all the time?
Huh?
I'll ask you something, and you'll be like, do whatever you want. But I'm like, but I need your opinion.
I gave it to you. You didn't like it. So then I said, okay.
You literally did. Do you think that's enough for shipping both ways?
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't have fleet, anything like that. Yeah, so this is actually a little better. This actually saves him some money.
Okay.
Doing it this way. So now his payment would be $11.11
Oh, okay, cool.
for 30 or for 48 months anyway,
Okay.
or $12.19 for 39. So
All right. I'll go over that with him. I think we're fine, but
yeah, I mean, again, he's got to be comfortable with the payment, and it's going up either way. But for $100 more a month, you could have almost a year less on the lease, right? Maybe there's some benefit there in that to him, but either way, let me know, and then we'll work it up. We'll submit it. Why does he want to do a one-pay lease?
he doesn't like car payments and would rather just.
Does he not like car payments more than he doesn't like money, or more than he likes money? How am I trying to say that? I don't know. The whole I don't like car payments thing, so
Yeah.
let me part with like $100,000 instead of just I don't know.
Paying it all at one, or paying it as you go.
To each their own.
Yeah,
All right.
Jared's client's doing the same thing on the phone right now. I hear it. I don't know why these are popular one pays, but
Yeah, they just are.
Stop everything you're doing. I need a quote right now for a
One pay lease.
G580 one-pay lease.
I know,
here first.
that's what we're doing right now. All right,
I was born first.
what's your client's name?
barely. Get
Ah.
lines.
You pointed at me.
Oh, great. Roadster's deciding to be uncooperative all of a sudden.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, great. Excellent.
Yeah.
That's what we need. Oh, come on.
Nice.
All right, hold up. Come on, don't do this to me.
I can create a deal if that's easier.
No, it's not. That's why I'm saying don't do this to me. Oh, no. Networking error. Come on.
No.
You're kidding, right? I remember my first deal at work.
What's up?
There's a white cab at the bank, 76 grand CLE 300. Did you trade that, or is that sold? That's just stood there for storage. It's like Pinnacle trim driver says loaded.
If it's not in inventory, it's probably traded.
Yeah, it's not inventory.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm showing the auto show car in the morning. The leather's got red, like blue dye, jean dye all over it. And all.
Why haven't we fixed that already?
I have no idea.
You're both going to have to create deals in Focus because Roadster is deciding to be network errors.
Me personally.
Actually, I already did it.
What's your deal number?
679.
Where's this person located?
Why do you?
Texas.
Good old state of Texas. You know me and my G-Wagons to Texas. That's all I do.
All right. How many miles?
10,000. Something like that.
Is this the demo? Is this Matt's car?
Yes, it is.
You want to do 36 months, 24 months? What?
36 months.
I just got a text from a client I worked months ago. Hey, I just saw a video about the G580s.
You're sounding a little nasally. Are you under the weather?
No, it's just kind of 'tis the season, you know.
No, I don't know. What does that mean?
It means that 'tis the season.
No, I get that, but what
Jared,
do you
give me
mean
a
by
hug.
that? Sorry, were you still talking? Dude.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Did you look at this?
Yeah, it's 124 grand.
That's the one
One-pay
thing.
leases don't really make sense to me.
That makes no sense. Can I buy it when he's done with it?
Well, all G-Wagon. Okay, so this is important for everyone to understand. This is not an EV thing. All G-Wagons have low residuals
Yes.
because they can.
Yeah.
Mercedes certainly can't go and give an accurate residual on like a G63 and
Right.
have people pay them nothing to drive it for 3 years.
Right.
So don't take that as this is a vehicle where it's not a predictor of future value. It's just, that's what it is. It's totally arbitrary.
Got it.
So are you saying whenever this client wants to get out, we'll just refund him the difference? Is that what I'm hearing?
Look, I don't know what the future value of these is going to be. All I'm telling you is that if this isn't just like a G580 thing, it's a G550 thing, it's a
Yeah.
G63 thing, the residuals are low.
always been low on G-Wagons.
It's because they
Thanks,
can
Don.
be, right? So when people, on G63s and G550s, it's very normal for people to get to the end of the lease and they have lots of equity.
Right.
So they lease it because they can maybe write it off in a certain way, whatever they want to do. But you're not like paying all that money and then at the end, oh, well, that was fun. No, the idea is that hopefully you're going to have some equity of some kind.
Automatic comfort doors, buddy? Nice.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, that's new for
It's a
25.
standard,
Right?
and it's got a low residual.
Wow.
Why isn't?
I would never want to pay a G-Wagon.
Why isn't? Doesn't it have an incentivized money factor?
No.
Because it's a-
No. Okay, listen. First of all, standard money factor on the G-Wagon, so it's high.
Yeah, but
One pay is half the benefit that it used to be.
Right.
I don't see the benefit. I really don't.
That's a waste of money.
Still 100.
It's a
Yeah.
tremendous waste of money to part with all of that all at once to only save 40 basis points, which is like 1%. It's just not worth it. Used to be 80 basis points.
Yeah.
Now it's 40.
It's like MSDs, they used to have better value.
well, that's what the guy said on the phone. You heard that?
Yeah.
He was like, "Can I do MSDs?"
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
like, "You can."
Let me give you an example.
Also not worth it.
Let me give you an example though. G63, we wholesale. That car had 34,000 miles on it. Was damaged. It was a 4-year lease. Had a horrible,
we didn't
really
keep
low
it?
residual. We didn't keep it. The car still had 15 grand equity versus
Yeah.
pay off the game.